Walter Rhoddy graduated from Humber's Industrial Design program 20 years ago this spring and has gone on to achieve international success in the field of design and experiential marketing. After graduating from Humber College, Walter worked at design offices in Toronto, Singapore, and New York City before starting his own company in 2006. Today, his company, known quite simply as Rhoddy, is a leader in experiential marketing with over 50 full-time employees and 3 offices in Toronto, Chicago, and Las Vegas. His clients include the major brands that we are all familiar with, brands such as Coke, Nike, Umbra, Microsoft, IBM, Ford, and BMW, and most recently, Walter has added Tim Hortons and Facebook to his client list. In fact, Walter just flew in this morning from Los Angeles because he is very busy working with Facebook. In today's very competitive consumer environment, it takes much more than print or online ads for a company to make an impression on consumers. Marketing is an extremely complex business, and Walter is recognized as being an innovative and creative force in designing fun and memorable experiences for consumers that really help to create an emotional bond between those consumers and to that product. One of Walter's clients, in fact, has stated that Walter is willing to take on all challenges, no matter how difficult they may seem at the start. But Walter is more than a creative force. He remains closely linked to his roots here in Toronto and uses his talents to give back to the community. In Christmas 2014, he designed and operated a food truck, which was able to serve over 300 hot meals to underprivileged residents. This is part of many grassroots activity that Walter and his staff are in the process of doing. Walter is also currently a member of the Dean's Advisory Council for the School of Applied Technology, always providing thoughtful insights and ideas to the school. President Whitaker, Ms. McKinney, it is with great honor and pleasure that we ask you to confer upon Mr. Walter Rhoddy this Bachelor of Applied Studies degree. And I now invite Walter to address the class of 2015.
Hello. I want to thank Humber College and the Board of Governors for this honor. It truly is an honor and a privilege to be here today and share in your outstanding achievements. Congratulations to you all. It's hard for me to believe it's been 20 years since I was sitting where you are now, listening to someone like me offer words of wisdom and encouragement. Now, I admit I don't recall a single word of what was said that day, so I feel it kind of takes the pressure off me to come up with something really clever to say to you. But I've always found it difficult to give or take advice, and being asked to speak here today has given me the opportunity to reflect on my own journey, and I will share a few of my thoughts on success and happiness as I see it. And I hope it will inspire you on the exciting future all of you hold. When I think back to my last day of high school, I recall feeling lost without any idea of what I wanted to do for a living. I had no plans for college or university. I didn't have a job. I simply couldn't think of any career that interested me. I had interests, of course, but it seemed my own passions couldn't translate into careers that I knew about. Traditional careers like doctor, lawyers, accountants. There was no way I was going into any of those. So the day after school ended, I simply went back into my parents' garage and to the projects I was already working on. Designing and building vehicles, temporary architecture, furniture. I just enjoyed coming up with my own concepts and ideas, sketching them out, working out the details, and finding ways to build them. I made enough money at it for a little while to sustain a modest lifestyle of beer and pizza, which is all I really needed at the time, but ultimately I felt that maybe this wasn't going anywhere. So after about a year, my father apparently had the same opinion because one day he walked into the garage and tossed a book at me. It was the Humber College Program Guide. He simply said, "Pick one." So begrudgingly, I leafed through it, and a short way in, I came across a program called Industrial Design. The course description read like an outline of all my interests and passions. It was an epiphany. I couldn't believe there was actually a way to make a living doing something that I already enjoyed doing. And that's exactly what I've done over the past 20 years. Literally from every project I take on to starting my own agency, I've been very fortunate to build a career, a life that's perfect for me. So if I can offer my first piece of advice to you, it's to follow your passion. In fact, be obsessed. If you're not obsessed, then stop whatever you're doing and find out whatever does obsess you. Don't pursue something because your parents or society approve of it, or even worse, simply because it's well paid. Pursue something because it fascinates you, because the pursuit itself engages and drives you. There is no guideline, no blueprint for success. Don't look to imitate your role models. What has worked for someone else probably won't work for you. If your dream job doesn't exist, create it. Do that, and I promise the money will follow. Know that you'll have to work very hard to get what you want. So if the work itself doesn't drive you, you will burn out and be unhappy. I've learned that if you want something and you don't get it, you either don't want it enough or you simply weren't willing to pay the price to get it. Finally, don't fear failure. If you do, move forward anyways. You will experience failure, sometimes epically. If you don't, you're simply not trying hard enough. What I've learned is that when you fail in ways that other people are not willing to fail, you will learn things that other people will never learn. This is how you will discover your own character, see things from new angles, and unlock new ideas and insights. Now, as I joked at the start, a lot of people will give you a lot of advice, as I am now, and most of it will be bad and some of it will be good, but it won't apply to you because you'll have your own unique passions, perspectives, and goals. And that's really the whole point. Don't let the noise of others' advice drown out your own voice. So if you forget everything that I've told you today, as I did when I sat in your place during commencement, learn who you are, what drives you, and above all else, pursue it with conviction. Thank you very much, and congratulations.